Well, been a fun stream so far, eh? Kiddo decided that he needed to blow chunks the second I was fixing to go live. So we love that for us. Elliot, welcome. Looks like we have Jay Reynolds first in the chat. Marcus Square, Ultimate Flames, Austin, and Shauna. And Elliot, of course. Did I miss anybody? Welcome to the stream. Yeah, that would have been 30, 60, 90, 120, 150, 180, 210, 240, 245, 50. Okay. And we have another 200 and some odd, 50 some odd eggs to hatch today. But hopefully everybody's doing okay. I do believe I'm pretty much ready to go, with the exception of making sure that the AC is on. So, I didn't see Starkiller pop in just yet, but I got my Nintendo Switch 2 Pro Controller returned today. It was 3 days within the return policy, so barely. But I did get my money back for it for having too much play in the D-pad. Now you're craving omelets? Interesting that you say that, because eggs is exactly what my kid threw up. How cool would it have been if the share got a shiny? Ooh. Mushroom omelet? Fair enough. You're working a day less next week? So you need to ask if you can work Friday. That way you can keep working 5 days a week. Those work schedules. Oh. Let's actually keep accurate count here, shall we? Shall we? Hey, Connor, welcome. Welcome. We got 30 views, 10 likes. We definitely need that to change. Gotta get that up to snuff. Okay, we definitely need it to not be doing that every time I increment up. Also need to get the subscriber count up. We kind of are stalling out a little bit. I think we got like 5 last stream. Adrian, hello and welcome. Thanks, Marcus. I know what I'm doing sometimes. I plan on hatching about 265 today. Give or take a little bit. If I'm using Talonflame that much, it might get the partner mark. It probably already has it, being 100% honest. How do I have so much time on my hands for what? Hatching eggs or just generating them? If people in the chat are willing to trade, that would be their prerogative, I believe. I generated a lot of these while I was doing dishes last night and while I was at work today, since it literally takes just sitting there and pressing A occasionally. As long as we're not spamming like trade all the time, I don't really mind a little trading going on in the chat. It's starting to storm at your house pretty bad. I'm sorry to hear that. Hey, Star Killer. I ended up getting my Switch 2 Pro controller traded in, or not traded in, but returned to Walmart today. Okay, I did get myself eggs. Been so long since I've actually hunted eggs or, you know, actual encounters that are trackable that I forgot counters are a thing. Starkiller, I was not able to get a replacement. They didn't have any there. So they gave me a gift card. Because they didn't want the money to go back on my credit card, because that's already paid off. You are indeed here. Oh, I do have one more egg. You just get a different one when you can, because that controller looked crazy with how much it shifted. Yours, you can click down on it, that's about it. Doesn't wiggle. Yeah, I don't know what was going on with mine. I just thought it was normal. Jordan, welcome. Your sibling is using Scarlet. Welcome back. I'm playing Violet right now. I thought. Oh. Scatterbug. I wonder if I'll run into a shiny Hoppip. Before I find a shiny Shroomish. Ran into a Hoppet. Mosab, welcome. Thanks for subscribing. Putting us back up to 266 again. That's correct, Adrian, as it should have numbers. And it should also have letters if you're online. It's got to be 6 digits for online. Hey, thanks so much, Connor. You have a great day. Great night, great evening. It's got to. Letters and numbers is the standard. If it's not letting you enter letters, then you're not connected to the internet. You're in the Union Circle, right, Adrian? Hey, Sean, welcome. Crap. You must really like the weather, Sean. Ooh, not the most entertaining way to hunt a shiny, not gonna lie. It worked. Glad to hear it, Adrian. Thought that was the second one from that batch I hatched. I don't, Adrian, no. Only if good old Sludge is the OT. Who wants a perfect Shroomish? Yeah, Square, I'm hunting for a shiny Shroomish. Feel like it was that one? I'm hunting for a shiny false swiper with Spore. Your shiny Charcadet won't listen. Rip. It would be so cool if my shiny had 6 IVs naturally. When I do get it. Hey, Pokemon Nerd. Not sure what those two events have to do with each other, Pokemon Nerd, but swimming sounds fun. Have a goal of getting all of the shiny Paradox Pokemon? Why not all the Pokemon, period? That's a Tarantula. You got a shiny this way, 12 eggs in. I'd be pumped too. That's pretty good. That's what happened to my Sprigatito. No, it wasn't Sprigatito. What was it? I egg hunted a shiny cloth and got it in like 6 encounters, 6 egg hatches. Or something ridiculous like that. We have another perfect Pokemon. What time did I start the stream? Officially, 51.5 minutes ago. Actuality, 36.5 minutes ago. I reset that one. Only that one. Hello, Demita. Thank you for the luck. My reasoning, Dirty Mike, is should anybody find themselves wanting a perfect 6 IV Shroomish, I can trade them the egg and they can have it with their OT. Because I surely don't need it. I think that's actually only my 5th perfect Pokemon out of all of these eggs that I've done. Autumn, hello, welcome. Oh, you got paw prints in your name. That's pretty sweet. If you breed a perfect with a non-perfect Ditto, will you still get a perfect Pokemon? Absolutely not. Don't work like that. You could. The way it works, Marcus, the way it works is I have a 6 IV Japanese Ditto. I have a 6 IV Shroomish. Ditto is holding a Destiny Knot, which guarantees that 5 of its stats at random will be passed on to its offspring. So every egg I hatch is guaranteed to have 5 IVs, as long as it holds the Destiny Knot. That means that the 6th one, that is also going to be random, can be any stat, but it can be anywhere from garbage all the way up to best. It could be best, perfect, needs work, you know, decent, pretty good. You're guaranteed 5 as long as it's holding a Destiny Knot and it has perfect stats. The other parent doesn't matter. This one has a nature of adamant, and so I have it holding an Everstone so it can pass on that nature to the offspring. So Shroomish is passing on the nature, that's all it's doing. Ditto's passing on the stats. English with a Japanese combination is going to increase the shiny odds. That's the basis of a Masuda hunt right there. How many more eggs do I think I'll have to hatch for a shiny? Probably 38. Maybe. Sprigatito absolutely hated me when I shiny hunted him way back when. And Score Bunny from Pokemon Sword and Shield really hated me. I hatched 9,000 freaking eggs before I got a shiny using Masuda method. It was ridiculous. So if, Marcus, you were to breed your 6IV Shroomish with a non-perfect Ditto, its stats would be random. Completely random. Because it could pull from both parents 5 of the stats at random, and then randomly select the 6th. If you gave your Shroomish a Destiny Knot, you would have a 5 IV offspring with that Ditto. And 1 out of every 36 eggs should be perfect. In theory. You got lucky on Masuda method for shiny Hisuian Zorua. Only took 25 eggs? Dang. That's pretty impressive. Bananamon, welcome. It's been going well. Did we already hit 25? Dang. Sheesh. Gosh dang it. There we go. The like goal said 15 on your end still. It's actually pretty hilarious. Also, thank you to those that chose to subscribe recently. I suspect one of you was Dirty Mike and the other was Autumn. If that was you, thank you. Shiny Iron Valiant. Ooh, I got behind in my hatches there. No, I'm really behind in my hatches, aren't I? No, I shouldn't be. That's normal. You sub to Pokemon fans a lot. Glad to hear it. What's your favorite game? We're on the road to 500 subscribers, so if you got friends, invite them on over. Let them know about the stream. Wes Frazier. What's going on? Pokemon Scarlet and Violet is your favorite. Autumn, what is your favorite Pokemon? What my channel do exactly? We be shiny hunting. Pokemon news. Rumors, leaks, updates. When applicable. If applicable. And if I have time. Pokemon card openings. But mostly some shiny hunting. Definitely Zacian. Love Zamazenta too. That explains the sword in your name, Autumn. And the paw prints. I dig it. This story's all coming together. Marcus should get timed out for slander. That's a +1. You'll sub. You like That's a +1? I haven't heard of them. You're into ranked, but you want to start shiny hunting, starting with the Shiens. Nice. That's a worthy endeavor. I support that. He does team building. Gotcha. That makes sense. I should do a meet and greet. That would be wild. If anybody fancies themselves going to the Salt Lake City Comic-Con, I may be inclined to go. They really do look like Yoshi eggs. Please tell me your name's pronounced Jaeger. Well, Pokemon nerd, Salt Lake City Comic-Con is in Salt Lake City. You want to go to Comic-Cons or any cons in general? They all seem fun. I've heard they're a good time. Your parents wouldn't let you go. Shoot, Marcus, over where you're at, I bet it wouldn't be too far of a drive to go to a Comic-Con. Well, I don't think it would be Comic-Con, but a convention. It's so easy to get shiny with the Gen Pokemon website. Why hunt? I like putting in the work. And if you knew what my main channel was, you would know it's even easier for me to get shinies than for you to get shinies from genpokemon.com, so... That's actually pretty funny, Wes. Yeah, I actually like shiny hunting a lot. What the? Pichu? Hey, buddy. Just because I don't know what you're supposed to look like, you have to die. Poor little Pichu. You'll have to check that out. I know a little about jetting Pokemon, you could say. But, I don't know, I think it's more fun to find them. Channel achievements. I was, well, guess it wouldn't this channel, but my achievements personally for shiny hunting is I am the first one to have recorded evidence proving that you can shiny hunt Regigigas in Pokemon Sword and Shield, so that was fun. It's a fleeting sense of reward after searching far and wide, but the Pokemon still stays. And so does the content, actually. And the hanging out with people while I shiny hunt, that's basically what I'm doing streaming. Get to chit-chat with people, meet all sorts of new people all over the globe while shiny hunting. Granted, egg hunting is like one of the least fun methods of shiny hunting. I'll give it that. Autumn, I am actually counting on finding a shiny Hoppip before I find my Shroomish Egg. Like, statistically, it is more likely that I will find a shiny Hoppip or Combee before finding my shiny Shroomish. Oh yeah, absolutely. Perfection. Some other fun shiny hunts to do is more of a challenge based than anything else. Doing... Oh shoot, what's it called? Oh, what the heck happened to my what is going on with my camera? Why is that Shroomish drunk? I'm drawing a blank. How did I shiny hunt Mew? Marcus, I'm drawing a complete blank. Do you remember how I said I hunted shiny Mew, Deoxys, Groudon, Kyogre, all of the Gen 3 legendaries? It was a manipulation. Frame manipulation. Why can't I remember it? My brain's like fried today. RNG manip. There we go. Got it. Before chat popped up. My favorite method of hunting has been RNG manipulation. That one's really fun. Where you manipulate the way that the game generates shinies in count frames and figure out where that shiny is going to appear. That one's really fun. Yeah. It's a challenge because it involves the math, it involves targeting your frames, specifically pressing the A button at exactly the right time, but hunting shinies based more on mathematics versus random luck, which is actually really fun. I was able to get shiny Mew, Deoxys, Ho-Oh, Lugia, Regirock, Registeel, Regice, Groudon, Kyogre, Rayquaza, Latios, and Latias, all under 16 encounters apiece using RNG manipulation. That was fun. Stacy, welcome back. It's not random. You can actually make the game generate what you want when you want it. Within reason, to an extent, as long as somebody's put in the work to do the math. RNG manipulation on Pokemon Emerald's the easiest to do. So, how shinies work in the games is every time you turn on the game gives you a seed based on your trainer name, your trainer ID number, and your secret trainer ID. Each time, like, once you set that, each time thereafter, when you load into the game, you are generating a seed. That seed determines what frame your shiny will be at for the duration of the entire time that game is on. If you never shut it off, it's running off the same seed for the entirety of the game. Emerald has an issue where they screwed up in programming, so it is the same seed every single time you turn on the game. So, once you generate your trainer ID, your secret ID, your name, and you get your first Pokemon, all that, you can trade it off the game onto a, service that you used that you mentioned earlier, that Jennings site. They can usually tell you what your TID, secret ID, and all that stuff is. Or other methods of doing so. If you can find out that information, you can figure out basically what your seed is and where your shiny frames are going to be. So for me, it was like, I know for a fact I have a shiny frame at 3 minutes, 52 seconds, and 13 milliseconds. Something to that effect. And the frames differ each time, right? But I could know, frame 5312 is my shiny frame every single time I turn this on. There are mathematical formulas that you can do that run a timer that say you need to press A at this exact moment. And if you do it right, you get the shiny. If you do it wrong, you're a few frames off. And then you adjust and tweak your timer until you nail it on the head. It's kind of like finding the stud in a wall. Each game has this ability to RNG manipulate. For Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl, you do it on your character's eye blinks. If you can run the game for a little while, you can deduce what your frame is based on the frequency of eye blinks. And from there, you can count your frames and figure out where your next shiny frame is and get the shiny. It's pretty cool. Oh, hey, we got a perfect one. Okay, that was the last one. Don't got a shiny, but we do got a perfect. You know what you would like? A note system. Before you save, you can write a note to remind yourself of what you're doing so not to confuse. Stacy, you are talking about my literal most hated service in any Pokemon game. But I like your idea better. Making it optional would be a huge improvement. And what I mean to say by that is, my least favorite service in any Pokemon game, specifically for Fire Red Leaf Green and Diamond Pearl Platinum and Heart Gold Soul Silver, they all utilize this. When you save the game, it takes your most 3 recent events that you accomplished in the game, puts them into a journal, so the next time you turn it on, you have to press A through said journal, and it tells you what you did. Problem is, It's mandatory. The game does it for you automatically. I hate it. But your system of just being able to write down what you did so you could be remembered would be better because it sounds optional. Sounds delightful. It's like, I hate turning on the game for soft resetting on those games to be told what I did for a minute before I can get to each encounter. I'll be right back. Gotta preheat an oven. Hey, Wookie, welcome. You just realized you could grab a sticky note? That also would probably work pretty well. Probably be faster to type on, too. Or, you know, write. Shiny Ray Ray. Good IV Shiny Shroomish only. I would prefer a perfect IV Shroomish. That would be ideal. But I'll settle for... I'll settle for 5 IV Shroomish. That's shiny. As long as attack is one of the perfect ones and speed is one of the perfect ones, we'll be okay. I would prefer it to be lacking special attack. If I had to choose, or got to choose, what stat it's missing, it just feels like it would be remiss to have a shiny Shroomish that doesn't have an attack perfect IV that has an adamant nature. That it seems like that would be a waste. Hatreon, welcome. What would be awesome was if you bred a shiny with a shiny, the offspring could only be shiny. And to make it more of a challenge so it's not easy, you have to do a task to get the egg. That would be kind of terrible in some aspects. I hate challenges and tasks. They piss me off. If done right, it could be cool though. But, coincidentally enough, in Gen 2, it is kind of like that. If you have a shiny you have like a 1 in 64 chance that your egg will be shiny when breeding with a shiny. And for some reason, if you breed correctly, you can cross egg groups somehow. I'm not quite sure how that works. But... Or no, you can't. You can't cross egg groups. It's... You gotta do a few glitches. In Gen 2, if you catch a shiny Gyarados, because there's one there, you trade it to Gen 1. It still has shiny stats. You teach the Gyarados Mimic. Okay? You go battle a Ditto. The Ditto mimics, or the Ditto transforms into the Gyarados, takes its stats. There's a glitch in Gen 1 that if Ditto then uses that move Mimic on your Gyarados, it permanently overwrites whatever stats it was generated with and gives them your Gyarados' stats when you catch it. So when you trade said Ditto into Gold and Silver and Crystal, it comes out shiny. And you can use that shiny Ditto to hatch eggs for any Pokemon that's breedable in Gold, Silver, Crystal with 1 in 64 shiny odds. Glad you could get your trade, Hatreon. Earlier you were trying to work on the Legends Arceus decks for the Shiny Enamorus, but PLA is hard and feels like a horror game. How everything will chase you to the ends of the earth. Indeed. Well, we had 269, but then it vanished. They said, not today. You can't hit 270 today. Also, I think my oven preheated. Yeah, that's how many hatches we've done, Wookiee. Okay, I'm gonna go put stuff in the oven real fast. Well, I actually went somewhere. That was surprising. I think I'm like 2 eggs away from my 38 number that I threw out there that I think I'll find the shiny within. Yeah, I carry the controller with me, Wookiee. El Panda. Good luck. Your Shroomish took 319 eggs. Well, glad to hear it was nice to one of us. How you doing, El Panda? Kinda dig the name. Red pandas are low-key one of my favorite animals. What does a company like Sega still make new official games for the Master System and Genesis? That would be pretty crazy, actually. You got a Froakie in 60 and a Tepig in 212 with a Shiny Charm and Foreign Ditto. We are Masuda hunting. I got my Shiny Cloth in like 6 eggs. So I feel like this one deserves to go the distance. But this stream is still interesting. Well, glad to hear it. 6 is crazy. Yeah, it was pretty crazy. I was in there for you know, I was ready to go for a while and just like, nope, here's your shiny. Congratulations. And we moved on. Oh my gosh. Another perfect one. Now if we could only just get a shiny, would be great. Good night, Shauna. Crap. Marcus, do you remember which one was... Wait, I can go back and instant replay. Hold up, hold up. It was the last one. Okay. I might as well just take that one from there. Whatever. Although if any of these are shiny, then it's anyone's guess which one that was. How do I do the eggs? You get a level 2 egg power, then collect 50 to 60 eggs in 30 minutes, then hatch, then release manually. I do level 3 egg sandwiches. Back to back to back. Generate a bunch of them, in this case, 250. Hatch them all. And then I go into Pokemon Home and delete them. If I was just trying to get a shiny, I would do a sandwich, let it run its course, hatch all the eggs, reset. But I'm not really worried about my Herba Mystica consumption. And if I get any perfect Pokemon in the mix, like, I'm giving them away, so anybody can have them. Playing with a headlamp is like going from 144p to HD. It really is, though. Do you know what levels will obey you after each gym in Let's Go? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, and then everything. It's actually more like 20. I'm off by 10, I think. Fun fact. The only gym leaders you have to beat to open up the entirety of the Kanto map are Brock, Misty, Koga, and Erica. In that order. And you can beat them in that order. You want to complete the Pokedex? Get after it, Adrian. How Kadabra can still teleport after fainting? It's because it's tapping into its Abra powers where it teleported while it was asleep. So, I mean, it's basically asleep when it's fainted, right? For some reason, you just imagined a custom Bulbasaur from where it's made of candy and called Bulbasaur. Ooh. Ooh. Bulbasaur. Name it Baba, or Boba. Bulbasaur. And now it's a sour boba. You completely abandoned Pokemon Sword because you had no idea where to go in the storyline and already had a shiny Zacian. To the DLC. Bulbasaur. Bulbasaur. That's funny. I keep going up to like 269 randomly and then dropping back down to 268. I think YouTube hates me. Finally decided to get your G-Max Eevee. Nice. That's one where you can only get one or the other per save file, right, Wookie? Like, you can have a save file of Let's Go Pikachu. You can have a save file of Let's Go Eevee. You can have them both. Will it still give you the option to get both of them? Or does it lock you out of one of them? You can get both if you played both games. That's how it should be. So I wouldn't be surprised if that is. Oh. Happy birthday, Adrian. If that is your real birthday. The tutorial you saw, they got both. Fair. I'm pretty sure on my original run through Pokemon Sword, I didn't have Let's Go Pikachu. Also, I should really do a shiny only run of Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee. That was the first game I ever streamed on my original channel. Five years ago. No, 6 years ago at this point. When Pokemon Coliseum comes to the Switch Online, if it have save states, definitely doing a shiny only run on it. Well, happy birthday to your friend Emerson. I do have a question though, Stacy. Why is your friend Emerson not here, joining us for this monumental occasion of finding a shiny Shroomish? Potentially. Because she's at a sleepover with her friends. That's fair. Next time. I did save, right? Your game froze for a minute and your UI was gone? That sounds not very great. What game was it? If I could have a starter of each type, but none of them can be from the same gen, what would they be? Like, exclusively to starters only? Because if we're exclusive to starters, that would be hands down, without a doubt, Charmander, Mudkip, Sprigatito. Easily. I am confident that that team of Pokemon will decimate everything it goes up against for the other starters. Like, Charizard alone will completely take out, at minimum, 3 of the other starters that are also fire type. Of course, all the grass types, multiple ways, except for one. Am I going to do Xian Pao? Not today. We've already taken on like 15 of those raids easily. Just beat Saffron City. Should you get the Hitmonchan or the Hitmonlee? Do you want to have a better defense or do you want to have a better attack, Stacy? X and Y is a fun game, yes, Mark, or Wookie. I saw the blue and didn't pay attention. Litten, Fennekin, and Rowlet. Also some good starters. Attack, get Hitmonlee. The kicking Pokemon. Let's see. So Charizard is gonna take out Blaziken. It's gonna take out Emboar. And it's gonna take out Infernape. Just by itself. No type advantage. Well, I guess it does have a type advantage, but when fire type can take out several of the fire types in addition to the grass types, I think he got a winning Pokemon there. Venusaur is growing on you a ton. Yeah. Oh, and Swampert is going to contend with Torterra, as well as Venusaur. Because it's going to outspeed both of them, I believe. And it's going to hit like a freaking truck. It does have a 4 times weakness to their grass, however, but could still do pretty good. And then I think Sprigatito is going to mop up any water-type Pokemon. With the exception of what's that one stupid Pokemon that I can't pronounce the name of? Primarina? Primarina? You think Poipole is pretty cool? Not sure who you'd choose from Sun and Moon, though. The more I think about doing shiny-only runs, the more Venusaur appeals to me. Alright, Adrian, stop spamming in the chat. My firstborn likes Poipole. Yeah, but my firstborn also likes Poplio. Who use a Master Ball on in SP? SP. Shining Pearl? Darkrai? No worries. You're really picky about starters. Sometimes you'll grab a different starter you like from a completely different gen to complete the game. Yeah. That's what Pokemon Home's for. And Sword and Shield's actually pretty good for that, because as soon as you leave the first area, you have access to a daycare if you go far enough. What about next live stream? The next official live stream will basically be at midnight on Friday night. I may stream tomorrow, but that depends on if the wife decides to get engrossed in a good book. But the next official one will be Friday evening. I might be able to start at 10 p.m. my time. It's usually pushing midnight on that one. But I stream on Friday night because I don't have to drive into work Saturday. I work from home, and I work at 9, so I can still stay up late and sleep in a little bit. You just woke up, what did you miss? Whole lot of nothing, me driving around a little bit with fully hatched Pokemon because I'm a goob. I never noticed how janky the turning is on this while driving on the ground. In the air I knew it pivoted on the back wheel, but you probably won't make it to Friday stream because you got work Saturday and gotta be in bed before 2. Yeah. That makes sense. I do have the DLC, Autumn. I do. You've played 21 hours and 39 minutes? Today or in the totality of your playthrough there? You liked the storyline? I think I still have to do Peach Madness. Mochi Madness. I think Sword and Shield's DLC was done 10 times better than this one, though. But I really loved the Kitakami arc. I liked the little environment they had over there. That being said, Isle of Armor, still way better. Every bit as much as I like Kieran, Mustard was better. Is Let's Go a full remake of Gen 1, or is it pretty different aside from the Pet Eevee and Pikachu? Yes? So, Let's Go is Gen 1 in the style of Pokemon Go. So, it follows most accurately the events of Gen 1, not the remade version of it. But the difference is you have Jesse and James in there for the Team Rocket grunts. Blue is basically already a gym leader or champion or whatever running around the region. And you have your neighbor Grant that is your rival. Which, at least I think his name's Grant. They changed out your rival and make Blue more of a standard character, since you're not Ash Ketchum in that game, or you're not Red and Blue in that game. So there are some differences, but the storyline is basically the same as Special Pikachu Edition. I personally like Let's Go Pikachu Eevee. I didn't used to, but it's got a good little art style. It's got a good shiny hunting method. I think it has a lot going for it. I don't like that there's no wild Pokemon battles. That bothers me. But I do kind of like seeing the overworld Pokemon. I liked seeing the overworld Pokemon, but I also do like the ability to have unknown encounters pop up in the grass, because that's pretty cool. Your favorite part was in the Crown Tundra, where you would try to get a new Reggie every day. Palkia is making you angry? That's what Palkia does best. Dialga too. The fictional crushes in Pokemon, though, there's so many. You personally just have one, but the Pokemon series has a lot of characters. Yes, yes it does. Oh yeah, I haven't even checked on the views. We're at like 343. Ooh, good game studio there. 343 Studios, fantastic work on the Halo series. Just saying. Halo 3, Halo Master Chief Collection was elite. Wookie, you have a fantastic night. Ah, Breloom, my beloved. Well, Wes, now that you're here, maybe it'll show up as a shiny. Well, Marcus, after reading your chats, I have to say one of two things. Either you are a really good brother, or your sibling is a little sister that's younger than you by at least 3 years. Alright, let me give some weird Eldritch luck. Three more likes. It's going to be the first one because your sibling that uses it is your older sister. Fair. Which also has an explanation for the reason why I was throwing that out there, is if it was a little brother, you would have went and taken the game, probably. So, like, it couldn't have been a little brother. Being the youngest, if my brother wanted to play a game that I was playing, he would have just come punch me in the face and taken it. Yeah, I'm pretty close to 300 subs here. We're getting pretty close. No shot. 2 perfects right in a row. Yeah, fair point. Yeah, my brother was mean to me sometimes. You're close to 800 subs soon. That's pretty dope. I don't know how I'm at 370. That's weird. My community also appears to be growing considerably. Yes, and way better than last time. Not that the people are better. Maybe you all are. But it's more of a consistent growth, consistent type of stream. And I know what I'm doing a little bit better this time. Not perfect, but better. Nice to hear. Your fire Pokemon at the moment is a Rapidash. Rapidash is pretty legit. Gabe Wise, welcome. Yeah. Wasted like a ton of your EXP candies on Hisui and Growlithe, only to realize it evolves with the Firestone. That is sad and hilarious all at the same time. But yeah, we're kind of speed running this whole thing, because last time I streamed for 6 months before I even had 100 people. And now we're just a little, let's see, July, August. We're still under 2 months, technically, I think. I think my first real video here was the 18th of June, yeah? Does that sound right? Yeah, June 18th. So I'm just under 2 months. What I would ask is that if any of you have close buddies that you can recommend the channel to help bolster that number of subs up would be greatly appreciated. If everybody invited like 3 friends, I'm pretty sure we'd be at 1,000 before the Legend ZA comes out. Think that would actually tip us over the edge pretty fast. Oh yeah. Yeah, we've been doing a few raids here and there, Wiss. At least on Twitch. Oh yeah. Not many of your friends play Pokemon? Same. I am the only one of my group of friends that plays. I know the feeling. Also try to keep alts away. This is true. Alts negatively impact the channel. Unless you sign into both frequently, then it doesn't matter that much. But thank you for the call out, Marcus, because we definitely don't want to have 500 people and 1,000 subscribers. That doesn't work right. You still need to continue your Fuecoco Masuda. That's going to be my next Masuda after this Shroomish, I think. Unless I get a Wild Hair and do the Phantom, which I might, because I want Phantom to be perfect stat as well. That's the only reason why I'm doing this one. Masuda method is... it's going to be my False Swiper, one of them. And so I want it to have perfect stats. Or as good a stats as I possibly can. Naturally. I don't want to have to gold bottle cap it. Well, ain't got crap for luck for shinies, but I'm definitely getting the perfects going on. Shiny Galarian Zigzagoon is fantastic. Obstagoon's one of my favorite shinies. I feel like it's that one. Stacy, you have a fantastic night. Thanks for hanging out. I am kind of worried about how the streams will do when school starts, though. For how late I tend to stream. Also, we've totally hatched over 100 eggs. I just realized that. Yeah, Marcus. To be expected, honestly. Gotch to do the shul. You already got Sprigatito, so getting a Quaxley and Fuecoco should be fun. Should be. Oh, for sure, Marcus. I might have to utilize my nap time streams a little bit more efficiently. What time is nap time? It's 1 p.m. my time generally if I'm off. Yeah, it's 10 p.m. right now, Wiss. $10 p.m. You have the same time zone? Nice. I'm in the middle of nowhere, Idaho. Idaho is cool. You like the forests? A lot of it up here. Also a lot of desert, too. Your neighbor staying can say the same. Fair enough. It's gotta be Wyoming. Because there ain't nothing there. It's not Wyoming. Good guess, though. I had to, because Montana, Oregon, Washington, Utah all have forests. So if it's not Wyoming, my next guess was going to be Nevada. This is a neighbor country. All right. Good night, Adrian. Hello, sky through the floor? Hopefully find the shiny soon. We're nearing in on the end of the stream. We probably got about 10 minutes left. It is a little sad. But that's what time the wife gets home from work. So we will be eating dinner and then going to sleep. It might still at the last minute, Wiss. We could have a buzzer beater. Yeah, it's a good use of time. So is generating eggs to hatch while I'm at work. Since I literally just have to let it sit there while I do my paperwork. I think I'm actually only about... I'm not too far off of full odds right now. What are Shiny Masuda method odds? Like 1 in every 560? 520, something like that? Some people go through 8K eggs, which is really insane for Masuda. Okay, so they say that the legendary, the mythical of the game gives away the next region. They also say the Gen 10 is supposed to be in Greece. And they're supposed to be wind and waves. How does that tie into Peachurun, do you think? Or maybe it's turtles for Terapagos, but Terapagos is a legendary, not a mythical. You've always wanted a shiny Breloom? It's gonna be dope when I get it. When I get it. Knowing my luck, I probably have 2 shinies in my eggs. Which will be nice, because I need 1 of each. Like, I'm almost betting I'll get a shiny, and then 30 eggs later I'll get another one. It's happened to me before. Probably shiny hunt Hisui and Zoroa again to get Zoroark. Zoroark. Because you like it shiny better? Yeah. It's a good one. Don't know how to... I feel like you spelled it right. I just don't know how to pronounce it. Zoroark. Zoroark. Most of the time I call it Zoroark. But I know that's wrong. Zoraork. Score Bunny, hello. Welcome back. Actually, that might not be welcome back. I feel like it is. But the one I'm thinking of was probably named Reboot. Zoroark? Okay. Which makes sense for why I call it Zoroark. Zoroark. Hello, Kamekona. Oh, thank you, Autumn. I'd be happy to have you. Looks like I still got a few more minutes. Basically, when the wife walks in the door, I end the stream. Which, she's read my text at this point, so she's walking up the staircase, I imagine. But the stream might be tomorrow night at 10. It might wait until Friday. We will see where we're at. Do what Score Bunny says. Make sure you like the stream, subscribe so you don't lose it, and I will catch you guys the next time we stream.